Hey, this is Libby. Welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be winterizing raised beds. For this, you're going to need a couple things. The first is some little piping. I got these on Amazon, and I will link this below, as well as some Agribon cloth cover. I got all of this on Amazon. I will link it below. You can also just use like conduit pipe from this from Lowe's. If you're looking for something where you don't have to ship it, that will also work, but these are nice and light and makes them easy to work with. So again, this will be linked below, and I'm gonna show you how to put it in. I am in zone 8, so I'm really just looking for a little bit of frost protection here. If it snows, I'll need to put on some like thicker plastic to stop this from breaking. This Agribon cloth is really good because it lets light in, but it will rip if it gets snowed on, so that's important to remember when you're winterizing your garden. All right, so let's get started. I'm gonna do one example bed, and then I'll just put on a little time lapse for you to enjoy. So here we go. All right, so as you can see, I already have one in on this bed. I have 8-foot long beds here, so I'm gonna do 3 across. And all you gotta do is take this little metal wire, poke it in about, let's see, this one will be about halfway down. And it only needs about 1 inch or 2. Come around to the other side and bend it over to form a little U shape, just like this. And that's it. I'm gonna do that one more time on the end. Now that I got that up, I'm gonna cut my Agribon cloth into the size of my raised beds. I got 83 by 100 feet. This thing is really massive, so I'm gonna have to unfold it and then cut it to shape, so give me a second. It's like tucking your plants into bed at night. So I just lay that over, and then I'm gonna cut this piece, and then I'm gonna kind of secure it by tucking it in. Right. So that is really it. All you've got is 3 poles in here, your Agribon cover. I have Agribon 19 for my zone, and the little plants are in their little tunnel. It'll stay nice and warm in here, which is perfect because tomorrow night it's supposed to get down into the 20s. All right, now I'm gonna go down the line of all my raised beds and get them all covered, and I'll put it on time lapse for you guys. A note for you, don't do this on a windy day. I just haven't gotten to secure these yet, so they've kind of blown. But let's move down to the next 3 beds. All right, another part of winterizing that I'm gonna do today is I'm gonna trim these peppers down. Peppers will come back year after year if you trim them down. They can survive through the winter. So I'm just gonna cut them at the base, compost the rest, and then I will cover this bed up. So I just took the cage off. Gonna eat this little bell pepper right here. Pretty good. All right, and then I'm just gonna snip down at the base here. Let me bring it closer. So I'm going to snip this pepper plant right here. This brown part will be hardy, and I'm gonna snip it just above the node right here. Just like that. All of this part can go in your compost. I'm also gonna cut this tiny branch off right here as close as possible, like that. And this pepper plant is ready for the winter. So we'll have more green bells next year. I'm gonna go ahead and do that with those as well. Okay, I'm realizing I'm gonna need some weight to hold it down. Tucking it in isn't really cutting it. So I'm gonna go grab some gravel from our fire pit and kind of put it along the edge to hold it down. It is really windy today, so it's kind of a good test of like what will happen when it's really windy. So get some weight to hold it down. I'm gonna use gravel, but you can use really, you know, whatever you want. I'm gonna go grab that and I'll be right back. Gonna add my weight on now to hold it down. Here we go. I just got a bucket of some gravel to use. All right, I am back for class and I'm gonna finish putting on the rest of the covers. I had to kind of just tie them up so they wouldn't blow away while I was in class, and now I'm gonna finish weighing them down. I did 2 with gravel, and now I'm gonna use some old pieces of wood that we had from our bathroom remodel, which is almost done. I'm very excited about that. Make sure you're subscribed so you can see the finished project, which is coming very soon. But yeah, I'm gonna use some scrap wood from that project to weigh down the lasser bed, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started on that. I was short 2 boards, but I have 2 watering cans, so it worked out perfectly. Okay, so let me give you a little tour of the finished product. All right, so this is kind of what it looks like once it's done. I decided to put this one up top here just because this was cut a little short, but it gives easy access. You can just pull something like that off. And then in here, we've got all of our greens growing, looking really nice. And again, this won't help you if it snows because this stuff is light. It's just frost protection, which we are having our first frost tomorrow night. And so this is perfect timing. And this is kind of what they look like. I just stuffed a little bit of extra in the corners there. If the plants get a lot bigger, I might need to get bigger hoops, but I think this is gonna be good for all these fall and winter greens. Same thing here, I've just got the boards along the edges, holding it down, keeping it warm in our little mini greenhouse, looking really nice. And the rest of them are like this as well, 4 boards here. And then this is where I ran out of boards, so I have 2 boards and my 2 watering cans, holding these corners down. This one's still getting a little air under it. I might have to figure out another plan because this is some of my best greens, and broccoli. That tall thing is a broccoli right there. But these greens are so good. These greens are delicious. So I'm gonna have to eat one right now, actually. Oh yeah. They're so good. Way better than any lettuce you can buy at the grocery store. But anyway, I'm gonna need to do something about this corner more. This watering can was really tilting when I put it right on the edge. Maybe I can get a little better now. See, it's really leaning. I don't want it to tip over and crush. That's better, actually. Let me see if that's crushing the greens. No, not really. All right, this is this one, nice and good. It's actually kind of warm under there already. It's kind of funny how quickly that's working. And then over here is where I did the gravel. That's obviously working well, but it's gonna be harder to get in and out of this because you're obviously gonna have to move all the gravel. So I might try and find some more wood to hold it down. And this one is where I took out the pepper and the tomatoes and winterized them. So they should be good in this system throughout the fall. So there we have it. All 6 beds are ready to go. If you enjoyed this video about how to winterize your raised bed, give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you guys back here next Thursday for more gardening, houseplant, and chicken videos. Bye.